Well, hello fellow RVers, this is Gary and Sharon, Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Freedom has brought us to Oregon, Ohio, Maumee Bay State Park Campground. That way, we're going to give you a tour of this park on Lake Erie.
Right across the way there are some wild turkeys. That is so cool. Entering the park, Oregon.
And no, we're not in Oregon, we are in Ohio.
Oregon, home of Peter Navarre, the Scout, and Antoki, chief of the Ottawa tribe. Always like when there's a little bit of history there. So there's your signs.
Where are we going first, dear?
I guess we'll start with the first thing we come to, and that would be the beach, resort area, and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll do this first. This is actually outside of the check-in place where you go to camp, right?
Yes, the campground is to the left. We haven't been down here.
And
so
we're on Road 10.
So we noticed in the Ohio state parks, like every little road has a name in these state parks, which is kind of cool. We live on
19.
Road 19, yeah. And we lived on a road when we were at our last Ohio State Park, Findlay State Park. So one thing I want to point out is how green and lush this area is. We are here in August, so I can't speak of the other times of the year, but I have heard. But for summertime, delightful.
It is 11:50 and it's 75 degrees.
All right, this is parking bike trails. This is a bike area. We haven't been to Big Hill yet, but we definitely got to check it out. See if there's any information here. So here you go. The area leading up to Big Hill. You don't really know about Big Hill, but no sledding on the side of the hill.
And as we swing around, you shall see one of the lagoons here in the park.
They have several. And usually there's a path around them. That one looks nice. And that's the paved path. So that paved path is a trail system that is paved that runs throughout the park. Down here is a picnicking and archery range. And it looks like another little pond. They're everywhere. Picnic area, cute. There's some pond or whatever it is. There you go, archery people. There's a big hill right there, and we're heading to the beach. Maumee Bay State Park public beach, which we're told is closed at this time due to the blue-green algae. But there it is. If you look that way, you'll see that lighthouse, and the paved bike trail goes along that shore over there. Look at all the gulls. We're hanging out in the parking lot. Hey guys. So there is the other lake, the lake that is actually the swim beach. You can see some folks are out there enjoying the day. And a paved trail around it. Beautiful. Lake Erie. There's a peek at that paved trail winding away from this area. And we'll get another look at the big hill. Woo! Nature Center, golf course, and resort cottages this way. Resort/cottages. I don't know if you can see, there's so many picnic tables around to just enjoy the nature.
And a lot of little lakes, I'm going to call them lakes.
There are a lot more little lakes and lagoons than I thought were here. We have two in our camping area, but
Nice picnic area.
So here's another parking lot and a kayak launch. So if you want to kayak, this is where you come.
You want to see it?
Yes, I do. I had mentioned wanting to kayak, and then I was like, well, I guess it's just these two little ponds. Well, let's see what it really is here. Not a very big area, but still. Right there. That little lake area. Fishing. guys. All right, coming up to our next turn, golf course, resort cottages, and nature center to the left. So this over here, I assume, is a golf course with the sprinklers going.
Yep, looks a little golfy.
And a golf cart going by. But there you go. If you like to golf.
There's water. Can't have golf without water.
Yeah. So the golf course and the nature center is right over this way. There's a marina, and it looks like they have a resort. And here is the nature center. The Troutman Nature Center. They are open. Cool. Might have to check that out later. There's a playground back there. There's Lake Erie, and here is a lodge. No RV, no problem. Come check out the lodge. So there's a storybook trail, and looks like maybe tennis. I saw a basketball hoop over there. There's a marina here somewhere, and cabins or cottages. And back up this way are the cottages. We're just gonna give you a glimpse of them. I'm not even sure we can see them, but it looks like we can see something through the trees, right?
Looks that way.
Oh, those are nice. Here's number 1. Number 2. Number 3 is on our left, but it's tucked up in there on the Lake Erie side. Number 4. So there you go. I don't know how many they have, but super duper nice. 5, and so on. These overlook the golf course here on the right. On the left, you're a little bit inland from Lake Erie, so I'm not sure why it looks like woods. But, I mean, Lake Erie's right out there. So 9, we just passed 9. There's 2 more. 10 and 11, I think. Well, at least 11. 12's on the left. And there's little ponds here, so they do have some water features around. And some of them are tucked up out of the way that we can't even see. So it's what it looks like. Very private. 15, 17 through 20. Dang, they have a lot. 16, 22, 23. Yeah, we do not have these on our map, so check the website to see what you might be interested in. And a turnaround. Yeah, 23 to the right.
Maybe there's 23 total.
Maybe. 21.
Way back in there.
Can't even see that one. There's water. Looks like another swan or goose. I couldn't really see. Yeah. Definitely have your own space with these cottages.
Yes, you do.
12 has water on 2 sides. Still driving along there. There's 3. You can see the space in between each one. It's a lot of space. Or maybe that was the last one. A lot of space between the last one and the road. Now on to the campground. Leaving all the out of the campground areas. Still driving, heading to the campground. Park, store, and camping area right ahead. There are deer here. Go ahead, Mama. She's very careful about those roads, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So
See that sign too often, do you?
yeah, when we arrived, what day did we arrive? Friday. It was campground is full. It says sorry, campground is full. That's one of the trails right there where we just passed it. But got open space. And here we go. Registered campers with passes, come this way. If you are just arriving, you just park in that parking lot and go in and get signed in. They're very friendly. And it was an easy process. Entering the campground area. To the left is the water and the dump station, because these sites do not have water.
And that dump station can get lined up.
We need to get water.
On the weekends,
Speaking of water,
you can get a line here at this dump station.
yes, we saw the line.
A friend of ours, they were packed like 8 deep, lined up down that road.
Going and coming. 1 through 29, right here to the right.
There's 9 of these, and they all go straight in, and there's a cul-de-sac at the end. You turn around and come back out.
And we're going to go in a clip because there are 256 sites here.
Yeah, they are not loops.
So catching the ones on the right unless there's people out. And it's hard to tell because these are nice and secluded. I don't know these numbers as we're going by. 4. Okay, where that motorhome is right there is 4. 5.
They're in the road, see?
Yeah, I got it now. They were really faded back there. I couldn't see. Site 6, that one's open. Site 6 has a sewer. There are some full hookup sites here. Yeah. Site 9.
There's sewer on the other side too. I think
Yes.
this loop is all full service. There's a tech.
Site 10, Site 11. These all look like full hookup sites.
I wonder how many poles you need for that one.
And then there's this little turnaround right here. Here's one coming up that's empty. We can show you. 14. Right there. 14. It is available. And these are other sites. Site 17. Here's 18. 18 is open. And
There's
a
water.
little water hydrant there. And then we just go on down. These are nice, secluded. They have brush in between, and most sites that we've seen, that is the case. Site 20. And then there's a bathhouse right up in there. Site 21 to the right. Site 22. Yep, still seeing full hookups. Gray water dump. And there's a little path. A lot of these little pond areas behind the campgrounds have a little path. I don't know if this one does or not. There's site 25. So looks like this is a loop to shoot for if you're wanting full hookups. There's an empty one, 27. Right there. And 28. I'm going to go on to the next area, which is 30 through 54. Look out for bicyclists. This is road 16. Oh, quite a few of these are open. Here we go. I don't know what number that was.
30.
31 had someone there. 32 right there. 33. 34. There's a path to the bathroom, the bathhouse. And the bathhouse is kind of between spurs. 35 right there. So these are electric only. 36. 37. Path to the bathhouse. 39. 40. 41. 43. So if you're looking for privacy, These sites offer that. 45. 46. 47. 49. 50. 51. 52, and the last couple 53 and 54 right there. And then we're going to go out and go to the left, get in the next areas. Next up, 55 to 75. Starting with 55. 55, 6.
They all pretty much look the same.
They do. Now 58. 59. 60. 61, I guess that was. 62. Down here, the little cul-de-sac. 64, tucked up in there. Nice. 66. 67. 68, are you getting dizzy? And some water. 69. 70. So I don't think you can go wrong with these, any of them. 71. There's a paved trail to bathhouse. 72. And then we're about to head on out. 73. 74. And 75.
Some of our fans just waved to us back there.
Oh, did they?
The Ruff Road RV Live.
Oh,
They
hey.
all waved at the table.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I waved back to them and gave them a thumbs up.
We just got recognized. It's so exciting. It happens quite often. That's kind of cool. Sites 76 through 118 to the right. We love meeting people who have watched and commented and on our YouTube channel before. All right, 78. Again, these are pretty much the same as
The other
others.
loops.
Yeah, there's usually, I think there's a host on each one, and there's it's also hard to get them because I know people are sitting out. 81, because they're so secluded, I don't want to flip my camera around there and be like, oh hello. There's 82. And 83, and you can see part of the 84 right there. And 85. 85, you're right by the bathroom. And right there. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. Ooh, what a pretty tree 91 has there. Water. 92. 93. What's up? Someone having trouble? 94. And 95. Oh, and a path. 96. 97. 98. And there's some water over there you can see. So 99. 99, you have a little bit of a water view there. 100. Well, we're about a third of the way done. 103, 104, 105, 106, we just passed, 107, 108. So they're all basically grassy area. You got brush on each side.
And trees behind you.
Yeah, 110. And if there is a water feature, 111. Sometimes you can catch, it's pretty lush right now, so 112, pretty hard to see even when there is water.
I really like how this park's laid out.
Yeah, 113. This is, because 114, this was full over the weekend. 115, but it didn't feel full because of the way it's laid out. 116, nice job, Ohio State Parks. Thank you. Thank you for not putting a bunch of people in a parking lot 10 feet away from each other. Okay, on to the next one. And oh, right here is the trail. First, right there. Those trails were so pretty. 119 to 144. This is our house. This is our road. Road number 19. So we start with 119 on the right, 119, 120, and try to show you the ones that aren't inhabited. 121. So pretty much the same thing. You've got green area. Here's one that's empty right there. Nice. And another one. What numbers are these?
125.
125. Okay, here you go. These are electric, no water. And 126 is coming up. 127. No one's in 127. 127. 128. 129. 130. 131. 132. 133. There is a pond out there. 134. And heading back out. 135. 136. Right there is 136. 137.
Well, whose RV is this?
Here we are. 138.
Couldn't even see us.
All tucked in there. We have a view of water. So nice. 139. See the water out through the trees maybe. 140. 141. 142. 143. And this last one down here is 144. And we come out and go to the left. Next up, 145 to 178. We're closing in.
145.
145. This is road 20, 146. Oh, nice trees here.
Yeah, we were on road 19.
147. 148. Oh, that's a host site, 148. 149. 150. 151. And a path.
Playground back there.
152. Yeah, that's at the shelter. 153. 154. 155. Wow, this one is the long one. 156. Check out the shade that's going on here. There's nice trees on this one. And there's a water spigot, 158. So must be between 157 and 158. And then we come around here, we have 159 and 160. 161. And a path. 162. 163 and 164. And 165.
Schooly.
It's usually hard to really get good pictures of campsites because we're having to go back and forth and back and forth. But this is rather nice because you go down one way and get one side, and you go down the other way and get the other side.
This is 169.
169. So it's nice. Of course, we do try to avoid taking pictures of people out enjoying their day and doing their thing. This path right here goes over to the shelter house and the playground. There's 172 and the laundry room, and I don't know if there's showers there or not, but 173, I know there's laundry. 174 right there, and 175. 176 and 177 right there. And lastly, on this one is 178. Next up, 179 to 215. We are almost done. There is a shelter house and that laundry house I was telling you about.
This is road 22.
Road 22.
179.
Yep. 179 we just passed, and here's 180. 181. Site number 182. These are still electric only. 183. 184 was right there on our right. 185. 186. A lot of birds.
There's a lot of birds in this park.
Uh-huh. We saw an eagle the other day flying right over our campsite. 188. 189 to the right. Nice area. 190. 191. Ooh, nice shade. 192. 193. And then we come up to the cul-de-sac on this road. 193. 194. I don't know. 195.
Free.
196. And 197. 198. And 199. And 200. Woohoo! 201. 202. So just count up with me. 203.
Yep.
204. 205. This campground reminds me of, where were we? Is it Henderson Beach? 209 with the campsites. Henderson Beach. Henderson Beach.
There's a bathhouse.
Bathhouse right there. 210. 211. 212. 213. 214 and 215. So all pretty much the same. You got a nice big grassy yard, got wildflowers and trees. So there is the main playground, and that is a shelter house, and right there is where they have socials and whatnot.
Right.
Okay, 216 and 256 to the left.
This is it.
And I think we have, maybe, this might be it.
This is it.
216, road number 24, 217, 218, 219, 220. You know, some of these yards are a little bit bigger. 221, like that one, is not as big, but they're ample regardless. 222, 223. So even on the smaller yards, there's still plenty of room. 224 we just passed, there's 225, 226, 227, 228 to the right, 229, and 230, 231, water spigot after 231, and just before 232, and 234, 236, 237, and 238. So 239, 240, 241, 242, 243, 244, 245, 246, 247, 248, 249. And what I am noticing about these sites is they look level.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is a,
that was huge.
these are
250.
kind of nicely laid out campsites.
251. 250 was a really big one. 252. 253. And then we close out here with the last one, 255 and 256 to the right. That was it.
Yeah.
So there's another look at that shelter house. It's where they had the social the other day. There were so many bikes you couldn't even walk by. There's one of the paths going through there. And this is the end of the line.
If you come this far, you have missed your road.
Yes, but it's nice and wide to make that turnaround. And it's very peaceful. Just the way it's laid out, it can be completely full, as it was over the weekend. And the only time you would know it is if you come up here during ice cream social time.
Or coffee and donuts.
Or coffee and donut time. And then it's mobbed. Otherwise, this is what you got right here. All right, heading back to Ruff Road.
So that was our drive-about tour of Maumee Bay here in Oregon, Ohio. It's a state park. As you can see, you might hear a little lawnmower in the back. They're kind of mowing today. They've already finished our area, but you might hear it in the background. Anyway, as far as the park goes, our site here, it's a asphalt site. It's level. It looks to me like most of the sites in this park are level. And our Verizon service here is good. At this site, we have, all sites are 20, 30, 50 amp electric. But you have to bring your own water, and the site we have is, you have to bring your water site, even though they do have a fill station. They do, however, have some full hookup sites. Not many, but they have a few. And those sites are 1 through 11 and 21 through 29, and they're located on the first finger. It's not really a loop.
They're like spurs.
This is what it looks like. You see the spurs that goes up, cul-de-sac, comes back, and there's 8 of those. So anyway, that's what that's how the sites are laid out in this park. As far as walking trails and hiking trails and biking trails, they've got paved trails all through the park and the day use area to the beach, and this is a huge park. So there's lots of places that you could walk or bike.
There's the hill.
The hill.
I'm not sure, you can't take your bike on it, so it's not a mountain bike hill, but it's a hill that you can climb up, and it's really high. You can look around. Looks to me like a really great sledding hill. There's also grassy trails that are all over this park that connect different areas, and one goes around the perimeter of the park. So, and a lot of wildlife. So if you're out on those trails, you will see some wildlife.
Yes, which we have seen. We've seen like, we don't know, maybe it's a muskrat. What do you think?
We think it was a muskrat, according to Google. We think it was a mink, another critter we saw.
Yeah.
Looked like a mink. And deer, a lot of deer.
Rabbits.
And rabbits everywhere.
And there's birds everywhere too. There's seagulls and regular birds and
eagle overhead the other day.
Swans, and there's just a lot of birds around here also.
And there's water. I don't know if from our site, we're at site 138, and from some sites, there's water out there. I mean, you can see a little bit. It's so nice. There's these little ponds around. There's Lake Erie, and there's an inland lake, and there's all these other little lakes.
Yeah, lakes or ponds or lagoons or whatever you want to call them.
It's very scenic.
You can fish in them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, like you said, there's Lake Erie. Now there's a giant beach on Lake Erie. If it's open, sometimes the algae closes that beach.
Yeah.
But there's also a beach on the lake, the giant lake, which I don't think that ever closes. But and they're right almost across the street from each other.
Yeah, they're in the same parking lot. You
right.
get to both. So, and the one of the bike trails goes right along Lake Erie. It is so beautiful.
They do have a marina here, and they have playgrounds, and there's a golf course, and there's a lodge, and there's cottages, and there's just a lot of things here available.
And on the weekends, they had like donuts and coffee and an ice cream social. So that was nice.
Yeah, they have a list of stuff like September 9th is the lighthouse tour, because there's a lighthouse over here on the end of the point.
Yeah.
So they do have activities here during the month, per month, whatever it is.
So all that being said, when we arrived here, there was a Campground Full sign up. And I had tried to get in here before we went to Sterling State Park up in Michigan, and it was full. But after, I was able to get in. So just keep checking back. It's not bad during the week. It's like most parks. The weekends, though, whoo, full.
Now, one thing, though, that we do like to do is meet people on the road. And we did meet a nice couple camping with the Confers, Confers. And we had an enjoyable chat with them. They had their dogs, and we talked about full-time RV living and what we did to prepare for it. And we had probably about a half an hour conversation here with them.
Yeah,
they do have a YouTube channel, so if you want to check them out, Camping with the Confers, give them a shout out.
We always enjoy meeting people.
Yeah.
We rode by the other day in our car, and there was a whole bunch of people at a campsite, and they were like, "Woo, Ruff Road!" And they were like waving, and that's exciting. So we just love meeting people, and everybody here has been so nice.
Yes, they have a little camp store at the office too when you come in. If you want some knickknacks or whatever, they have that up there. Now, if you need supplies, it's about a 20-minute drive into Oregon, whatever it is up here, to the Walmart. There's a Walmart up there. I'm not actually sure it's in the city of Oregon, though.
I'm not sure, because Oregon is right up the road. We went out to eat, and the name of the place is the Oregon Inn. It's unassuming. When you drive up, you won't think, oh my gosh, because I was thinking the Oregon Inn, it was going to be fancy. No, it's good food, good place, friendly folks. In fact, I said, I would like to go back there. So really good place to eat, the Oregon Inn.
Let me tell you, it was her birthday. So we went there for her birthday, and we ate till we were bloated. But since it was her birthday, I said, okay, let's get some dessert, since we don't really carry a lot of dessert items in our RV. So she said, give me a piece of chocolate cake. I like peanut butter pie. Let me tell you something, that piece of chocolate cake they brought out was probably 4 pounds. It was like a quarter of a cake. The thing was huge. She ate on it for 3 days.
Multiple layers. It was like 6 or 8 layers with frosting that was so good. Yeah, he didn't help me eat it.
No, I didn't.
It took days to eat it.
He tried to get me to, and I had willpower. I did.
It was a really good cake, but I don't know how anyone, I would say 4 people could share that piece of cake easily.
It's a monster.
It was big. But
I saw him walk by with a carrot cake that was just as big. It was
so delicious.
The Oregon Inn, right up the road. And back to the Walmart, I'm not sure exactly what's, but anyway, it's right up the street, easy drive, 20 minutes up the road. There's a Walmart, there's an Aldi's, there's a Gordon food service store. There's all kind of stuff right up the road in case you need something. It's not far. There's even a Dollar General not far from here.
So we're only 10 miles from the city of Toledo, which probably has anything in the world that you would want or you can imagine. It's about 22 minutes away. So it might have been closer to Toledo where you're...
Have you ever heard the expression, Holy Toledo?
Yes.
Well, that's not about Toledo, Ohio, is it? Nope. What is it about?
Toledo, Spain.
There you go.
Yeah. So
we looked that up.
It's kind of fun when we're traveling. We come up with these things. We saw Toledo, so we're like, Holy Toledo, where does that come from and why is that? So we looked it up.
Something to do with Spain.
And I saw it on more than one source, so I did bet it a little bit, not much. All right, so if you are interested in amusement parks, there's Cedar Point Amusement Park, which is a little over an hour away, about an hour and 8 minutes. It's 52 miles away.
Monstrous amusement park.
The Oregon Inn that I spoke of is 3 minutes away.
Yes.
Boom. It's like so easy to get there. We actually went there on our travel day. And Kelly's Island, if you've ever heard of that, it's a little bit further away and you need to plan a day because you have to take a ferry to get to Kelly's Island, but it's an hour and a half from here.
They do have a campground on Kelly's Island that you can RV across, put your RV on the ferry and go over and camp there.
Yeah.
If you want to.
That would be an experience. So it's only 50 miles away, but you got to factor in the ferry and all that.
Right.
So there's a lot to do in this area. And, but just if you come here and never leave this campground, there's a lot to do with this campground.
And it's nice grass.
It is, yes,
You
grass everywhere.
Walk barefoot in the grass.
At this time of year, we're here in August, so it is simply delightful.
It's like August 22nd and it's probably I'm gonna say noon, and it's probably in the 70s with a breeze. It's just perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. And if you look at the drive around, that all the sites kind of look the same. You cannot go wrong here. I don't think you need to worry, oh, well, should I do 138 or 137 or
No.
because they're all nice sites. I don't think we saw one site that we were like, I wouldn't.
Nope, they're all good, and if you want the sewer site, then you have to refer back to the numbers I gave you if you want full service.
And put those filters in when you are, well, I do need to say something about the reservation system, but I don't even know if you could filter for that. Okay.
I don't know.
Typically when we go somewhere, I do filter for sewer first because we have gotten lucky before and got the only sewer site in the whole campground. Ohio State Park's reservation system, just FYI, if you are new to reserving in Ohio State Parks, it will tend to kick you off. So even if you're in there doing stuff, you got things in your cart, maybe you're going through, and I think 15 minutes, one of their, I had to call the reservation line, said 15 minutes, it'll even kick them off. So it's, I really struggle with making reservations at Ohio State Parks because the reservation system seems to kick you off even in the middle of doing something. So if you know any tricks around Ohio State Park reservation system, let us know. What I just did was pick up the phone and call somebody and made my reservations that way. I think a couple of times I was able to actually get through, but you put everything in, you put your credit card information in, everything. And it'll take you right back to the home page and everything you just did is gone. And then you have to wait for the whatever site that you were trying to reserve to come back into the system, and that takes about 30 minutes. So even the reservation line can't help you then. You set your timer and go back in. So my advice to you, if you were reserving for Ohio, a lot of deep breaths. Take your time, pick up the phone and call if it won't go through. It's worth it when you get here though. It is worth it when you get here.
There you go. There's your tutorial on reserving in Ohio.
And their prices are very reasonable. Thank you, Ohio State Parks.
Yes.
They're not tacking on extra fees or anything like that. It's nice parks, good prices. So far that we've seen. Okay, I'm off on my Ohio State Park.
Okay, we're done with that medium rant.
Yeah,
bit.
it's just, okay, if any of you guys, all right, leave in the comments. Just put in the comments. What is your most frustrating experience with the reservation systems? I don't care if it's Ohio, Florida, went from bad to god-awful. And some places it's just a breeze, but most places it is a cumbersome effort. Not every place. But anyway, drop in the comments and let us know. What is your experience reserving campsites at some of these online systems? And I'm techie. It's not that's not it. It is, they're glitchy. Some of them are just glitchy, but let us know. Or let us know a state that has the best state park reservation system. I'm liking recreation.gov. Everybody used to complain about that, but that's probably the easiest I've got going on right now.
Okay, I think we're done with
Maybe I need to do another video on
yeah, that was
planning trips.
That was almost another video right there on planning. But anyway, just one more thing I just happened to notice was, speaking of the couple we met camping with the Converse, they had happened to post a video of the dump station line when they left Sunday. I don't think I've ever seen a line that long. They were lined up behind them, and they had like 4 or 5 in front of them, and they got a big dump station over here in Waterfield Station. It's not like it's small. I think it's 2 at a time, but
yeah, you can get coming and going.
It was long, that line. It's a 1 o'clock checkout here, and they said they figured they wait till 1, everybody would be gone. Apparently not, because there was probably 10, 15 RVs lined up at that dump station.
Everybody was thinking that. We'll wait till 1 o'clock and let all the...
Whoa.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that would add 2 hours to your day.
The dump station here stays full. It's either people getting water or people dumping.
Yeah. Because,
there's over 200 sites here, and only a handful of those have full hookups. So you can imagine if you're here for any length of time, you're going to have to take a trip to the dump station or take your porta-tote. I'll get it right in a minute, to the dump station, and you need to get water.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we've about covered all the bases here. Maumee Bay State Park, Oregon, Ohio. So this is Gary and Sharon, Rough Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Hope to see you on the road someday. Safe travels.
Take care.
And if you need to know how to reserve a site, refer back to this video.
Maybe I'll do a tutorial on booking day. Gary can tell you what he does on booking day. What do you do on booking day?
I do nothing. What do I do?
You leave.
I leave, yeah.
Because I get cranky.
Yeah, she does.
He leaves because I lose my sunshine disposition.
Well, you ought to feel better after getting all that out anyway.
Safe travels, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.